Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura.
I'm Katie.
Welcome to the Pattern Queens episode 52. Today is Sunday, November 8th, and welcome to our video. If you are new here, settle in. This will be a fun, big, long day because we have a big wrap up to do. And if you are coming back, thank you for coming back and joining us. So,
What you forgot to say is this is a channel about cross stitch.
it is, and silliness and rambling and friendship and shenanigans.
We flipped it on you. If you're new, we flipped it on you. If you're old, you know we flipped it on you.
Yeah. And I think what's like big in my head is that I am so thankful that election season is over and we don't have to watch any more ads.
Oh man, I could almost tell you like line by line a radio ad from a person who was running for Kansas Senate because it kept coming on the radio all the time at work.
Oh, yes. And I will just be so grateful that that is over. And we both got out and voted. I'm sure you did too.
Yes. And me and my husband went and voted. James was the smallest person who went to our polling place.
He was probably the cutest one too.
Oh, for sure. But our polling place that we go to, we were number 173 and 174 at 5:30 in the evening. And we were the only ones there besides the poll workers. So
wow.
We didn't expose little James to really anything.
You said that it was just around 200 people.
Yes. Yeah. I live in a little suburb where there is only a couple hundred people. So pretty good turnout, Avondale.
Hopefully you won't hear too much of this. We have neighbors doing work outside. Can you hear that?
A little bit, but not too bad.
Okay. I got to vote early and mine took less than 15 minutes, a week early before the election. And you?
I voted on election day after nannying for James. It took me like 10-15 minutes. It was not long at all.
It was amazing because it was right about 5 o'clock in the evening by the time you dropped me off and got there and everything. And to only wait that long. I think there were a lot of mail-in votes this year. I think there were a lot of early voting.
I think a lot of people went before work. And
I have coworkers who went and stood at the polls around 6 o'clock and still had an hour wait before they could get in. So I think a lot of people went early.
I did have people say at school that it had taken them about 2 hours to vote.
Right.
And so I think it just depended on where you were, but everybody felt good for having gone out and voted. So, and the commercials are all over.
Yes.
I was ready for the 2-hour wait. Like I was like, okay, I got my tennis shoes on. I have my headphones. And I was like, I'm just gonna, wait in line. And then I walked in and I'm like, okay, there's like no one here.
Oh, so we don't have any finishes to show right now.
No. So the way that this video is going to work, so we had planned on filming our Halloween wrap up.
Yes.
We did film our Halloween wrap up on Monday. But the record button didn't get hit. So we ended up just talking to each other about our finishes and our stitching for Halloween. And that was fine. It was a good visit, but it didn't get recorded. So we're going to do just kind of what we did this week, excluding Halloween stitching. And then at the end of the video, we're going to go through all of our Halloween stuff. And I do have a finish, and I will show it to you then.
Okay, so do you want to start with your stash?
Yes. Okay, so very exciting. Laura and Katie bought me 2 more sleds, 2 more of these little sleds from the cross stitch shop. As you know, we asked you, or as you may not know, we asked you last video to vote on smalls that we'll be doing for our stitch together. But anyway, they bought me enough so that I could finish all of these on sleds. So that's really exciting. And then they also brought me this huge thing. Here's my head for scale, guys. It is heavy. There was discussion of whether or not it weighs as much as James, and it doesn't weigh as much as James now, but it weighs almost as much as when James was born. But anyway, I'm on the nice list for the Black Needle Society Christmas Advent box, and I got it super early, which doesn't mean anything because I'm opening it up when you're supposed to, which is one gift a day in December until Christmas. So this has to hide in this room that I'm in because we only use this for when my mom comes to visit, and it's where she sleeps. So I have to resist the urge to open all of the packages in here. And Katie comes to my house 3 days a week and knows exactly how they are packaged in this box. So you know if I took something out and tried to rewrap it.
And some of the packaging this time does not lend itself to rewrapping, as Athena found out last night, because she tried to look at some of her packages too.
Of course, she helped pack it.
She did,
so
and she actually helped. The spoiler
with the
card,
planning and
the spoiler card this time is a scratch off card, and so she helped sticker all of the spoiler cards with the scratch off. So she like read what everything was, but she hadn't seen what everything was.
My fingers may still be a little bit residually silver. So that's something you should know. When you open your nice list box this year, you will not get spoiled. We did not do a pamphlet. We did a big card instead. And every day has a little scratch off spot. So you're just going to get a little blurb about the items. And I don't know, if we have more to post about it, maybe we'll post some on our Instagram every day.
I know there's one item that I'm going to want to post a little bit more about, but you're going to have to get a little bit further into your box.
Yeah. So the other thing that happened that I'm sure, you know, we're kind of so far past it now, and we talked about it when we filmed our wrap up, is that the Black Needle Society hosted a, what do we call it, Katie?
You have to do Hour Stitched Together.
The Witching Hour Stitched Together on Halloween. And it started at 6 p.m. and went through midnight. And we had some games and we had some prizes. We had a costume contest. Oh my gosh. If you are in our Facebook group, you should go look at the costume contest entries because they were great.
They were.
And just in case you need to know, our winner was Milka. And when you look at her picture, you will know why. Everybody else was awesome. Yeah. And it was so much fun to see.
Yeah.
Right. So, we had what Connie of Count Twice Stitch Once was dressed as the best Viking.
Yeah, it was from Hagar the Horrible, the cartoon. And so she was Helga.
Yes. And then Chloe. What is Chloe's
Jack Skellington?
Yes, but what's her channel name? It's Chloe SW.
It's Chloe S_W.
Yes.
Yeah, and what's her, is it Cade's Crafts? Stephanie? I think that's what her channel is called, is Cade's Crafts. She was Harry Potter with Scar and everything. We had a really good group, and I'm sorry that we're leaving some people out because Tyra was
a mime.
Oh yes, because what was her caption?
Don't mind.
I hope you don't mime.
Yeah. I hope you don't mime it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we had a good time. We got to meet some more new people, which we always enjoy during these events.
Yes.
So, and we had a lot of people. We had enough that we were in 2 rooms and people were coming and going and doing things with us. So it was fun. We got to see our Aussies because, of course, it was a great time for them. They were up.
Right.
And then last night, Stitching with Friends hosted their monthly get-together, their virtual get-together. And Katie and I finally made it in there. And because we finished packing so early, we were in pretty good shape and pretty euphoric. And we sat and stitched with people for a long time last night.
I didn't talk very much, and I'm not talking much today because all of the stress from Advent has finally caught up with me, and it's affecting my throat. And so I'm just kind of decompressing. This is the decompressing process right now.
So we did, in fact, get all of the boxes packed, and we got them all of the mailing labels. Katie printed all those. So everybody should have their tracking, but it may not get updated until Monday because we took it to the post office. Oh, she's going to look for us. We took it to the post office yesterday. And so Jeff and Brendan helped, as well as Athena and her husband Vince, and two of their boys, Jacob and Nico. And it was fast. 8 people packing in a 2-car garage with 3 huge 6-foot tables, plus a little extra rigging in there to get everything laid out. It went really fast.
They've been scanned. It looks like this box in particular is going to be delivered on Thursday.
Woo, who was that?
I just selected somebody at random. Trisha Rothoff. I can't say
Rothoff. Yeah. Oh, Trisha, 3 Owl Threads. We'll get hers on Thursday.
Just randomly selected you, Trisha.
And Felicity's is on her way to her.
Yes.
And we did try and get our internationals out just a day or two earlier. Just, to try and give them a little bit of a head start traveling.
Right.
So
they can get it by the time that they need to be opened.
Yes.
Exciting.
So, Kate, do you want to show your stash? I'm sitting here stitching, trying to get to a point. So. And then I'll show my stash.
Wait, did we skip? No, okay. My stash, I've already lost part of my stash from yesterday. And by lost, I mean, I put it somewhere specifically so I would be able to find it today. And I can't remember where that place is now.
Your stash runs away from you.
So, I bought the JBW Ornament Book 2. And it's 20 different ornament patterns. And it's really cute. I just don't remember where I put it. So go look it up if you want to know what it looks like. My other thing I bought is also from JBW. And oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's Nordic Reindeer.
It's really pretty. I love JBW stuff.
And I like you to show the one inside too, just because she did it reversed.
So yeah, so then she also has it like that.
Oh wow.
So I love that you can do hers with one thread color. Mm-hmm. I think this would be really cute in some like Christmassy changing thread. I think I have, oh my gosh, Threadworks. That's their new name. I think I have like a red, white, and green Threadworks, and I'm like, that could maybe be fun.
And DMC also has one that is in Christmas colors.
Oh.
And then the other thing that I got specifically for me was Mom and I ordered in silk from Miss Sadis. So I got Oxide.
Oh wow.
Apparently it's going to come undone. Okay, there you go.
That's so cool.
It's beautiful. Can you see like the touches of purple? So
okay, leave that one out for a minute and I'll talk about it too.
And then I also got, I think this, popcorn.
Oh wow, that's really pretty too.
So we got Hanks. I think I'm gonna use popcorn to maybe do Long Dog. I can't remember the name of the pattern, but it's the one they talk about bubbles and how after the pandemic we're all kind of living in our own little pods and stuff like that. Do you know which one I'm talking about? It came out after Pandemic was released.
You want to show the stuff that she sent us free also?
I will. Okay. But so I think that's what I'm going to stitch. I'm going to use popcorn to stitch that one because I like that. I've been looking for a long dog that I like. Mm-hmm. And then, yes, she sent us some cute little freebies. And I think the needle minder she sent is on the tray next to me, but I can't reach it.
Katie probably already has it on a project. It was cute.
Yes. Okay, so then she also sent Supernova.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
They feel so silky. I mean, they are silky, but they feel so nice. Darling.
Oh, that's pretty.
And, oh, this one doesn't have a label on it. I think this might be her peacock.
Wow.
Aren't those gorgeous?
They're beautiful.
And then patterns, right?
I already showed the one pattern that I
Oh, because that's last week.
Yeah.
Okay, so my stash. First, I want to talk about some loveliness that we got. So we got this adorable card from Deanna Ellett, and she has a nice little note in there because she was one of our winners. You guys, you don't have to write us notes when you win, but this is lovely, and it was so fun to get mail. And then Jo Marie Hogel also sent us a little card.
So pretty.
So pretty. And this one had a matching envelope.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that cute? Oh, it goes this way. There you go. Isn't that cute?
Yes.
So thank you, ladies, for taking the time to do that. That was really sweet.
Yes. Thank you.
I have forgotten to show you some stuff. This is mine, and it's Darling Blue. So, oops, I think it's the same as.
No, it's not.
It's not quite, because Katie's has some greens in it.
Yeah, there's like Darling Teal and Darling Blue, I think.
Okay. Sorry, my bag fell over. Now I scared Tiger. Poor boy. So I had, I don't think I showed these when they came in. Fabrics by Stephanie did a little bit of a clear out sale a few weeks back. And I was lucky enough to get two. I got this 32 count sea glass linen.
Oh, very pretty.
I love that. And then, I'll worry about putting them back in a little bit. I also got this 32 count cotton candy. I couldn't resist. Look at that color.
Wow.
Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, of course I had to have it. And then at the same time, I thought, I was having to quarantine because the teacher I work with tested positive. So I was home for 14 days, not sick at all. So I worked like crazy. And I thought I should start pandemic because I actually had to quarantine.
Right.
So I ordered a half yard of Murtauds, 36 count.
Oh, wow.
Can you see it? And Katie and I were kind of trying to play and figure out what would work with it. I'm going to fold it back up some so we can see. And we thought that maybe this would work, but it's too bright. It's not the right color. But guess what? This one that Katie got.
I love that. That was my first thought whenever I saw it. I was like, pandemic.
and it's perfect on here. I don't think you're really getting all of it on here, but this fabric has touches of this in it. And it is just gorgeous. So, oh, it really did open.
Yeah, it really just came open.
So we've ordered more. And I will be getting a piece to start pandemic.
Perfect.
So then Katie and I also have some shared stash from our last trip. We got, I don't need to pull it out. Do I?
You can show the back though.
We got this week's gingham, and it is 28 count. It is a half yard. So we're going to split that and do various projects. So it's a nice, it's a softly orange brown.
I think it's like a cocoa color.
It's more brown. No, it's called gingham.
No, it's a gingham.
It is a gingham, yeah.
They have gingham.
It's not the orange one for sure.
It's not pumpkin.
Then we also, I got this, another Morgan hoop. it's big enough for some of my larger projects, and I already used it. And yes, I love the bigger one. Since I leaned forward, my pillow had popped all the way up. And I also got this, which I really think you can see. It's called Dreams of Spring from Mountain Air. And it's 28 count linen, because that's what it was available in. Purple, of course. I haven't really been buying a lot of purple, so.
Right.
And then I found this.
Oh, cute.
And it comes with the 2 little pieces of linen.
Oh, nice.
Splashed you a chart. And I got this one from the Prairie Schooler.
Oh, perfect.
Which Katie pointed out is another headless Santa.
It is another headless Santa.
This.
And there are some angry cross-stitch designers out there who do not like Santa.
They're decapitating them. And then I have on order, and I will hopefully get it in soon. There it is. Come on. I have Rose Air Blooming on order from Summer House Stitchworks. Yeah, I could do it this way. It'll be fine. Stop. Oh, I'm so challenged.
Just show it.
This one.
Very nice.
And it is really, really subtle. It has 7 colors. You buy 8 skeins. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And these are the colors in it. And I just love it.
Mm-hmm.
So Rose Air Blooming it's a Christmas carol. And I just liked how soft and subtle it was. So, and then go ahead.
I was going to say you did another Christmas Carol piece last year.
Yeah. Well, that was a Christmas carol, right?
Uh-huh.
So Rose Air Blooming is just a carol during.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I bought this.
Oh.
Humbug. And here's the funny thing. So this is so old that this is the Y2K bug.
Oh.
But it was fun. I think it'll probably make its way into Keisha's stash eventually.
Maybe that made me laugh quite a bit.
And then the other one that I got is this one from Blackbird Designs. And it's called Early Christmas Morning. This was a club kit in 2018. So they have just now released it to the public. And when you look at it inside, it is charted with 2020. And it has a 2020 copyright. So it is beautiful. And Katie said, "Where in the world did you find that?" And so while I was...
Because I had looked at the table where they keep all the new stuff and I hadn't seen it.
I don't know. I just got lucky then. But we were over at the floss. Oh yeah, it's a tangled mess now.
You know, I had only looked at the side.
We were over at the floss, and this is the floss it takes. That's ×2 so that each of us can do it.
Right.
But
and we're missing one color.
No, we got it. Oh, no,
she
didn't have it. We are short one color, yes. Something else for the 1, 2, 3 list.
It's already on there.
So we will.
I am on it.
I think we are both wanting to do this one this year. It's just beautiful. And really, there's the template for the top. So it's not real big. We'll stitch it on. It's called for on 36 count.
And you stitch the banding around, right? I don't
know
if I've seen the design for it.
It's long banding.
Okay.
And it shows you how to lay it out.
You could stitch it on its own and it would just be a cute long piece.
Yeah, if you wanted to do something like that.
Yeah.
It just says Merry Christmas and has some poinsettias. So anyway, that's my stash for today. Awesome. So Keisha, how about whips? What have you been working on this week?
Well, I started something new.
Oh.
I started Happy Thanksgiving from the Frosted Pumpkin. And I'm going to try to get this finished by Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to be able to do it. Anyway.
Are you in a rhythm after all the Halloween stuff?
Well, I figured out how many stitches I have to do on it each week. And I have it down to this is how much I need to complete each week in order to make it. So anyway, this is where I got to. And this is on Picture This Plus Vellum linen.
He's adorable.
Thank you. So I got most of his little feathers in. So anyway,
you made a really fast progress on him.
Oh, thanks. Well, I mean, that's what happens whenever these are just blocks of color. So blocks of color go a little bit faster than anything else. And I worked on this at work also. So I just like kind of outline the little feathers and then just fill it in at work. So I didn't even have to look at a pattern. So that's going nice. So I'm hopeful that I'll be able to get that done this month. And then I've also been working on a model for the Black Needle Society that will be coming out next year. And I'll just show you.
Actually, it's going to be part of the Black Needle Society box. It's going to be,
Aren't you excited? I was doing a box exclusive.
Yeah.
But anyway, here's the linen for it. This is French lilac from Picture This Plus, and it's really, really nice.
I love that color. It was one of the first I got an orphan cut from Marilyn forever ago when she was newer still, and she'd named it Ron, and it's like my favorite piece of fabric I've ever bought from her.
And she stitched a Blackbird design on it.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be French lilac, and something went wrong with it. It's still pretty close to French lilac.
It is.
But so I've always kind of loved French lilac because of that, because it makes me think of my Ron piece.
Right. And then the other thing I worked on, this was a whip, but I thought I'd bring out Let Joy Be Unconfined, which was a freebie from the Blue Flower. I'm stitching this on 28 count Fern linen from Fern Lugana from Color and Cotton with the called for dinky dye. So that's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
I got in the word let and then this flower here.
So pretty.
Thank you. I love this piece and I've been wanting to work on it. So I was like, I'm just going to pull it out.
Keep working on it.
Well, my goal for the month was to just do the let and then the little flower, and I did that. So I might continue to work on it.
Okay. If you do, you have to let me know and I'll pull mine out.
All right. Sounds good. Anyway, that's what I worked on. I worked on Evil Queen from Bendy Stitchy, but I'll show you that in the Halloween wrap up. So
awesome. Katie's petting her silk here.
It's so soft.
I know. This is in silks, and it's the only thing I've ever stitched in silks, and I'm just like, oh.
Oh, and I don't know if we showed you the tag on these, but and let me get that thing out of the way.
This ink is just like done.
Yeah. Mrs. Sadis. So it comes from Spain. Nice. But it was quick.
Yeah. And I put in the wrong address because apparently my Etsy account was still set up to my address when I lived in Kentucky.
Oh, no.
I realized it like 2 minutes after I put the order in. And so I messaged her right away. I was like, oh no, I sent this to the wrong place. Can you please fix it? And she was awesome. She was like, of course, I've already updated it. It's going out like today. I was like, thank you so much.
Okay. I'm sorry, we interrupted you. Was that it for your whips?
That's it.
Okay, you want to show yours?
Sure. So the only one I can show is non-Halloween, right? Because we're saving on the other ones, right?
Yes. Anything you worked on during October is not eligible now.
So the only thing that I have to show is what I worked on last night during the Stitching with Friends stitching time.
Which also happens to be, well, no, it's not Halloween.
No, well, it's October. It is October, but I think it just kind of looks fallish. This is from the Blackbird book.
A Fine Collection.
Thank you.
Or no, Friendship Gathering? Friendship Gathering.
No, it's a fine collection. The Friendship Gathering is the piece on the cover.
Okay.
So Mom stitched this for me. Here, the color looks better back here, actually. Mom stitched this for me forever ago, because we liked each other's fabric of Sparrow better. So we decided that we would stitch it and then swap. So this piece is over 10 years old.
And Katie's is finished, but it's not fully finished.
Yeah.
So I was saying to her, I learned how to make pillow covers. So maybe we could make hers a pillow cover.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so I got, last night I put in this whole middle strip. So all
Wow.
I'm left to do are these 2 strips right here that are going to be stitched in this orangey. And then I have to do the year down here.
Nice.
And then maybe we'll finish both of them.
Maybe. Don't you just want to leave it this way? I mean, it looks fine.
I mean, I think it looks kind of cool.
Okay, so my whips for the week. I pulled out my adorable bag from Judy, my Winnie the Pooh. The inside's purple. And this is what my cinnamon stars is in. Oh, let me pull this through to the back. It's still in the little hoop because I was working on it faithfully every day until I got distracted by other things. But I finished the house.
Oh, wow.
The center part of the house. And I've started, you can see the white over here.
Mm-hmm.
I've started that and I'm outlining where the bricks will go and then I'll fill them in. And I have to do that on both sides. It shows up really nicely in person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see it any better or not.
But see it when I'm closer up.
Okay. I love that one. I've wanted to stitch this forever. So it will come out, I'm sure, during November and just keep getting worked on because I really like it. And sorry, trying to get the button fastened.
I'm just looking at the pretty.
Then, yeah. She's just fascinated by her. So
pretty.
Then I also pulled out for a little bit my Coming to America. My people are not coming to America on time because I have not worked on this. I didn't work out on it at all in October, but I did finish one of the sails, the white part in the sail, and I started the second one. I finished this little one here and started the big one in the middle. So I have that. And I was just happy to make a little progress. This top box, the top part of the pattern is just being my struggle.
Right.
So the beginning of their journey must have been difficult because
I just realized some stash I forgot. I'll say it after you're done.
Okay. And then the other one that I've been working on is Our House from the Goode Huswife. And I love this thing. And I had, well, I'll show you what I've done. What I did is fill in the gold part on the hill.
Oh, wow.
So from one side all the way over, I have to finish going over through where the pumpkins are. But the good thing is that we were doing the stitching group last night and I did this whole section. Yeah, I'm off camera. This whole section over here.
Wow.
I filled in. It was a lot. And I do have a little bit of back stitching to do in there just for the leaf tops and the top of the acorn. But then I sat last night a little longer and a little more this morning. I've already stitched for I'd already stitched for almost 3 hours this morning.
Wow.
So this is a 24 hours of cross stitch weekend. And I didn't get to stitch it all Friday, so I am not going to make it. But I still thought, I would give it the old college try.
I might take today off and stitch.
So you should do it.
Yeah, I might. Well, I have to cut fabric.
I would have to do 16 hours today to make it. So I would still need 13 more hours to make it, which I'm not going to work tomorrow. I had already scheduled the day off because we were supposed to be at our retreat.
Yeah.
So that's all my whips.
Okay, and my last piece of stash is not very exciting. I will say that, but I'm excited about it. I think it's in here.
Watch, this is where her
bags and bags and bags.
I got 3 pieces of lily pad linen from Witchelt while at the cross stitch shop. This kind of soft green color, because that is what I'm going to stitch my flamingos on from here.
Yes, flamingos.
Maybe we can get Katie to join us and stitch her flamingo with us.
She's trying.
I can stitch my flamingo. I can stitch my flamingo. You stitch your flamingos. We'll have a flamingo party.
The flamingo, Christmas flamingo, Sal.
Perfect.
But here, I'll let your people vote on which one I should start, because there was some debate last night during the Stitching with Friends group as to which one I should start. So should I start Flamingo Bells?
So 1 flamingo?
Flamingo all the way.
All of the flamingos.
Or Falalamingo.
2 flamingos. 1, 2, or all of them?
I have a very strong leaning on this.
Which one do you think?
Flamingo bells.
That's the one Mom wanted me to do too.
And I really thought we would talk some more about what our choices are.
I like the striped socks on the flamingo bells.
Flamingo, like jingle.
Flamingo bells, sorry.
Okay, so I thought we could talk a little bit about what our choices are and let people vote for that.
Right. Okay, so starting next week, we're going to be doing, every other week, we're going to do stitch togethers, or we're just going to kind of chat, do different tags, and we're just going to stitch during the videos. And last week, we gave you some choices to make, because we both are very indecisive and thought it'd be more fun if you got to vote on what we were going to do. So I let you have your choice of the Lizzie Kate stocking sleds, and we're going to leave voting open until next Saturday. Is that right?
No, probably till like Thursday.
Okay,
until we'll film. Oh, we'll film on Sunday, right?
Yeah. So
maybe Friday.
Okay, so Friday the 13th, it'll be our lucky day. Let us know what you'd like us to do. 1 for these stockings, 2 for the elf, and 3 for the flowers. I'll let you know that currently we have a tie with 2 votes for elf and 2 votes for flowers. So
those are Keisha's. I have bearberries, which evidently auto-corrected when I sent it to Katie and changed it to barberries. But bearberries, that one's maybe a little bigger. And then I have Autumn Harvest from Little House Needlework. Yes. And I have the Tom Turkey Sampler, which you will see regardless this month, because I will be stitching it during November.
Is it a hand? No. Okay.
And then my last one is Antique Scissors and Spools. And I don't know what color I will do, but I don't know. I may have to find something and do them like rainbow metallic, you know?
You could do them in the silk you got that you're not going to use
in the bright blue.
Yeah.
They could be bright blue. And currently I have 2 votes for the bear, 1 vote for the turkey, and 1 vote for the scissors.
Nice.
So that's where we are on that.
Great.
Okay, and then do you want to talk plans now, or do you want to go ahead and do, I guess we could do our plans, and then if people don't want to stick with us for the
Yeah, sure.
Have to.
So my plans are I'm going to continue to work on Happy Thanksgiving from the Frosted Pumpkin because I'd really like to get that finished. I'm going to work on Evil Queen by Bendy Stitchy Designs. That's one that I'd like to focus on finishing this month. So that'll be in the Halloween wrap up since we worked on that. And I don't know, I'll be working more on the model for the Black Needle Society. And who knows, I might let Joy Be Unconfined back out because I really had a fun time with that.
That sounds like a fun stitch too.
Yeah. How about you?
Okay, Miss Kate.
I have several plans, actually, believe it or not.
Oh.
I would like to finish this guy.
Which really shouldn't take that long.
It will probably take like another 8 hours of stitching because those bands take a long time. And then I, prior to this episode starting, was sitting and shopping because I'm trying to get materials for Mr. Marshmallow here.
I love that. I'm going to have to get that one.
Do you have some Kermit fabric?
I need to dig through and figure out if I do. I did at one point, but I don't know if I passed the stash on that or not. And then the other thing I'm trying to get materials for, I have the fabric, is Harvest Time from Lila's Studio.
So cute.
So I would like to do that this month. And then the other thing, we from Stitching with Friends stitching thing last night, Felicity joined us, and on November 19th she is going to do her birthday sal. So it's a mirabilia or something purple or something with a butterfly. And so I think I'm going to pull out Red by Mirabilia, which is actually going to be on a kind of gray purpley fabric that I've picked, and I think I'm going to start it on the 19th.
Awesome. I love that.
Actual plans.
Nice.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were going to tell you about that so that if you wanted to stitch on a Mira, do you have a Mira?
I have 2 Miras. I have a Mirabilia Santa that's started, so that's probably the one I'd pull out. I also have Lady of the Flag, but that's not kitted up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you have the fabric.
I do. I just need to buy the floss and I need to I just need to start it. I just need to start it.
So my plans are to stitch on whatever makes me happy this week. And currently I am really enjoying the Our House. So I will probably stitch at least enough to get that hill finished because I'm feeling motivated to do that. And since it's all that one color and just filling in, I think I just need to do it.
Right.
Because what I'm doing is outlining where the house will sit next. And so for Felicity's, I also have a stitch piece for a friend who asked me to do this for her. And I need to pull it out and get a few hours in this week. So maybe my goal should be that I will stitch at least 2 hours on it this week.
Excuse me. I think, are you done with plans?
No.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And then for Felicity's birthday, I have lots. So I have a mermaid that I had fabric dyed specially by Picture This Plus for it. It's a standard color.
There's a rubber band in my coffee.
Okay, it's a standard color, but we asked her to do it a specific way because at one point when it came out, somebody had stitched the mermaid on it and it was just gorgeous. And she had told us, so I can't match it exactly because dyes have changed and everything else, but it is beautiful. I would have to fully kit it up. I also have, I know I have some Miras started. In fact, I was looking at something. Always there will be something purple in my stash that I could do. I don't know that I have anything with a butterfly.
I was gonna say I could also work on my Cinderella, which is started. Which
oh
is
yeah.
But I really kind of want to start Red.
And I have, I do have a Royal Queen or two that I could start as well, which they've kind of been calling to me and I've kind of been ignoring them.
Right.
Because we know how many, well, we don't know exactly how many whips I have. That's another plan for the week.
I was going to say, that was what I was going to say, is another plan is we're going to try and figure out some time to sit down and film some more whip parade videos for Mom.
Well, this will be the whips. I do have a little more stash that we would go through, old, more older stash, but then we are going to do my full whip parade, which we are not going to subject Keisha to. And it's big. It's triple digits. So we will get some organization going, and I may have
bring your breakfast and your lunch.
Yeah.
Maybe dinner too.
And maybe have a drink, and you can play a drinking game for I don't know what. We'll figure that out.
Maybe try non-alcoholic, because no hospital trips.
Yeah. But I'll probably have different containers for Katie to sort them into for me, because I'd kind of like to categorize them.
Oh, you mean now that we have 50 million tubs that are empty because we've packed all of the gifts from Advent that were in the tubs?
At least for the sorting part, they could be. Then she could just be like tossing them. Yeah.
If you watched her stash parade, you would see her fling things.
Yeah. Every time I came to one that was started, Katie would say, "Oh, nope, you can't do that." And I'm like, "Oh, it's for the whip parade."
Yeah, over to the side.
We were reversed.
I was going to say the other plan that we probably, that you more have than me, because I worked on mine last night, is figuring out the 12 days of Christmas starts that we're both going to do, and narrowing down those choices.
Yes. So this is Katie's brainchild. She wants to get some stuff going.
Is it really my brainchild? Because I feel like you said
for
somebody...
you.
Okay.
It's your brainchild, and she'll probably be hosting it over on the Black Needle and giving away some secrets and talking about the box and what's been opened. And
2 of mine are from the Advent box. I will tell you that.
Oh, fun.
She showed me her choices last night. She was trying to narrow things down. It was kind of fun. So anyway, those are plans. And for now, we'd like to say that we are going to do our Halloween wrap up, our Halloween 13 SWF wrap up. And so if you don't want to hang around and see what all we got finished, you'll miss the very end, because we did finish some stuff after we filmed. But it will take us some time to get through those. We'll go through them as quickly as we can. But this is it. If you're not staying with us, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you next week. Vote. Make sure that you tell us which pieces we should start.
Right. Because it's tied. It's tied. Your vote would count on mine.
And I like to hear what you have to say about things. So if you are going, then bye. Okay, guys, welcome back. We are ready. We are set up. Katie's going to show you one thing first.
I also have a throat lozenge now. Okay. I found my ornament book.
Woo!
We cleaned up a little bit in between because there's a lot to pull out for Halloween. And while I was putting things away, I found my JBW ornament book too.
It's so cute.
Yes. I'm actually, this isn't Halloween related, but I'm going to be starting a JBW ornament on Black Friday.
Awesome.
You got to do a stitch along.
These little things, like some of them are 33 by 33 and the one next to it is 66 by 52. So that 66 by 52 may be one of the biggest ones.
But show the back, because they show them all stitched up there on, like, actually hanging on the Christmas tree.
It's very cute.
So cute.
So, okay. So, this is how my October ended.
Ah, very nice.
I'm having so much fun with the Happy Planner.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have a bigger one for next year, so it will be even a bigger bunch of chaos.
Yeah, this is what here's my end of month spreadsheet.
Oh yes, how many stitches did you get for the month?
Just on the things I'm going to show, I ended up with 6,354 stitches in October on Halloween projects for an average of 205 stitches per day.
Not counting back stitch.
Right, not counting back stitch.
So, okay. I'm going to show my first one because I know we both have 13 or 14.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll show a couple and then Keisha will show one in there. Mm-hmm. So I started off with Rotted But Not Forgotten. Oh, I can't talk. Rotted But Not Forgotten from Plum Street Samplers. And it's the one that was actually forgotten from the magazine. So she had to put the pattern out. They put the pattern out separately. And, you know, it was kind of funny that it was ironic that it was this one. But there's that one. And then my next one is one that Athena was working on too. And she has been working on it lately and made huge progress. It's Something Wicked from La Di Da. And I am doing mine on 40 count Relic from Picture This Plus. It's a Colorscapes fabric. That's how much I have done.
Wow.
I do have a couple of spiders in there now, so that's fun.
So
okay,
fun.
How about you? You didn't see the spiders?
Colorscapes.
Yeah, that's what Marilyn's fabric is called. Colorscapes.
Call it Picture This Plus.
Colorscapes hand-dyed fabric by Picture This Plus.
Okay. So I don't remember the exact order that I did things in, so we're gonna kind of wing this a little bit.
Next year I'll write Katie's down too.
So I think the first one that I did was from the Primitive Needle, and it is Witchy.
Very fun.
And this one, so the last time we filmed this, we were counting borders, and we got up to 4 pieces with borders, but it's very border heavy at the end, I guess. I did all of them without borders to start.
So no borders.
So this is where I started, was on the border.
Nice.
And then I think the next one that I did was Autumn and Amana from With Thy Needle and Thread. I'm really loving this series.
Yes.
And in fact, I just saw that she has a winter one that I need because it's adorable. I think it kind of looks like a gingerbread house. It's not, I think it's red, but it's so cute. So anyway, so this is the piece.
So fun.
And I don't even have to unfold my fabric. My big start, like the little acorns in the corner there.
So Katie's October was heavily dedicated to getting Advent ready to go. So she stole an hour here and there, oftentimes while we were filming.
Yeah, I was finishing my hour while we were filming. Yeah.
So
those were I think those were my first 2 starts.
How about you, Keisha?
Well, the first thing I started on October 1st was the Mysterious Halloween Town, the Frosted Pumpkin. And this is on 28 count Sparrow Lugana from Color and Cotton. This is where I got to.
So cute.
Thank you. And I'm doing this all in the called for colors, except for this cloud is in glow in the dark DMC.
Fun.
And this is 1,930 stitches.
Wow.
So that was
okay. So then my next one was Midnight Ride by Blackbird Designs, which I had started last year during the 13 starts of Halloween, but I didn't get very far. But this year I finished it, and mine is on a mystery piece of orange fabric. You're not really getting that. That's
there we go.
Yeah. And it's just a soft orange, really pretty. And I really liked it. This was 3 colors. I used the called for flosses, so just 3 colors to stitch it. Okay, there's something stuck at the bottom. Sorry. It's in my big owl. And then my next one is, oh yeah. See, I don't even remember. And I just put them in order. Thriller from Sampler Cove.
Mm-hmm.
This one has a cool verse on it. It reminds me of the song Thriller, if it's not quite exactly that. And I have chosen my own color palette, and I am stitching this on 40 count ink spot black from R&R Reproductions. So that is Mulberry Weeks Dye Works.
Wow.
And I will have, I'm going to be using their grapefruit, which is a bright, bright orange, pinky orange. And then I have some other, I have some greens and I have some greens and grays to go with it.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
Sorry, save the patterns.
so those are my two.
Okay. I think my next one was from Scattered Seed Samplers, Night Watch 1626. I love these little zany guys with their little faces. So cute.
Oh yeah.
And then again, not a big start. I don't know if I really had big starts on much of anything during this, but they're started. This one I had to start in the middle because I'm normally a top left starter, but this piece of fabric is like barely big enough for this. So there you go. And then I'm just gonna put this back in there.
Yeah, I'm putting all mine away as I'm going. Otherwise we'll have a big mess.
Yeah. Okay. And then I think what I started after that was from this year's Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. Here. That's my actual start. And it is Trick or Treat from Barbara Anna. This adorable cat.
So cute.
I love it. And then this was my start. So I did the star in the corner, and then this is part of the cat's face down here. The eyeball, the cat's eyeball will go right here.
Oh, okay.
Is this some of the Mountain Air?
Yes.
Linen, the Earth and Sky, or whatever it was called, something like that.
So, and it's not a huge piece or anything. I cut the width for this piece. I didn't cut off the bottom yet, but yeah. So those were my two next pieces. Keisha, what do you have?
Well, my next one was a whip whenever October started, and it's October 31st from Ronan Nori, and it's in this year's Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. And I finished it.
Woohoo!
And this is just on a scrap piece of Heartland fabric from Picture This Plus. So this only called for DMC 310. It did call for some beads to be the eyes of the spider, but I kind of like it just completely monochromatic, so I'll probably leave it.
I think it looks really good.
Thank you.
So the spider web is awesome. I think everything shows really nicely on there.
And I did 378 stitches on this, not including the back stitch. Basically, I filled in the one, did the letters, and then did the spider and the back stitching on this month.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, my next one is Yield Crow Sampler from Heart and Hand Needle Art.
Love this one.
And I'm going to have to keep this out because I've started the date on it. Really, it was started last year and I just stalled out on it. But adding a hoop to my work has made a big difference because it's just my arthritis that's given me fits. So this one I'm going to leave out and not put back away. It's in my cute kitty bag. What are these bags?
Blue Q.
Blue Q, yes. I knew Katie would remember. And then the other one I have in my boutique. Boot?
Nope. Boo.
You made B-O-O-T capital.
Oh, I just,
yep.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, boutique, because there are boots, which is boots. And they say boo. So the next one that I had was Witch by Sub Rosa Designs. That's on Flapper. I'm pretty sure, I think it's 32 count. I love this purple.
Yes.
And it's just DMC 310. This is a free design on her blog, if you go look her up. And once you find the free designs on her blog, you will then want to go look at everything else that she has that's fabulous. And yeah, I need to purchase some things. because I really like that.
Okay, so next up, I don't know which order this actually went in, but Keisha picked for me to do Jack's Bash by Plum Street Samplers.
Yes.
And this is what I actually got some decent stitching done on. It was, yeah, I'm making sure I'm pulling out the right thing. It was one that I worked on during the last Stitching with Friends stitching time thing on a Saturday. So I actually got the flower in the corner done, and I started on this house up here.
Wow.
And you're stitching it on
Woodland Halloween 28 count from Mountain Air Hand-Dyed Fabrics. It's oh yeah, you guys can really see it now. Now that we have the ring light, you guys can actually see our
and it's
fabrics.
Daylight too. Yeah. That makes a difference.
So it's beautiful. And then I'll fold this up in a minute. And then the next thing that Keisha and I both started is Candy a Day.
Yeah, I got it. I already got it up.
So cute with that monster.
And we're doing a little different from each other. Keisha's using almost all of the called for things for this. She would have had the called for fabric if it hadn't gone missing somewhere.
Although the fabric in the magazine is a Lugana.
Yes, and mine is,
and Katie
linen.
has the linen, so you can see how much darker it dyed.
Yeah. So I'm using all of my own overdye colors, and I kept them pretty close to the original pattern, as close as I could. But I just was like, I kind of want to use stuff from my stash for this, and I just wanted to get it started. So I just pulled out all of these fun things. So my big change is that this horn, it's supposed to be in like 3 different colors, and I just chose to do a super variegated thread for that one.
Well, and it's actually, so it's this one color, and then there are stripes of another color, and then just white.
Yeah. So
awesome. Mine is on, and it looks pretty close to the called for fabric, actually. This is Spring Morning from Color and Cotton, and it's a 32 count Jobelin. And I got 1,083 stitches on this. And what we forgot to say is this is from the Frosted Pumpkin, also in this year's Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue.
Yeah. Okay, so the funny thing I think about that is that was over 1,000 stitches, and some things that you show us that you say are less than that look like they have way more because they're all together.
Right. And so since this one is just like, I mean, I've basically gotten all the way around the whole stitch area. Yeah, it's kind of weird how, like, I'll hold up. So the Mysterious Halloween Town, I have about 800 more stitches in it, but just to give you a comparison.
It looks like way more stitches.
Right.
So it's all perspective, right? So my next one is Jack-o'-lantern from Sisters and Best Friends, and I finished him, and my pattern's already with Keisha because he's so silly. And this is, again, I think this is the same fabric that Midnight Ride is on.
Oh, okay.
I had started this, and I knew how big it was, and I cut it off and used the rest of it for Midnight Ride because I really like that. Then in my cute little bag from Leslie Hurley, I love this. Look at the fun Halloween stuff.
Yes.
Those cats are just like so fun. I love the orange she picked, and that's what the inside is, except she also lined the top of this piece with the blue.
Oh, wow.
So she really does beautiful work, and I really like getting some bags from her. So I have my Halloween Quaker from Lila's Studio. I've told you guys this is one that I used a lot during Magical Stitches in 2019. And so I have a hodgepodge of stuff started on this, but I got the ghost outlined. It was a rough day. I got the ghost outlined and a little bit of it filled in. The rest of it was already there. So I just need to work on this and get it done. Those are my two. How about you?
Okay, So my next one, I think this was next, was a bit of a shakeup because I was supposed to do a different piece from the Primitive Hair. And then she released Halloween This Way.
Which I can't wait to start.
I love that.
So of course I had to get it, and I had to start it instead of the Pendle Hill Witches that I had planned. And my start on this is pretty sad, but this is my start on it. It is a tiny bit of the signpost, and I didn't even make it all the way across the line to go around one of the signposts.
And if you've never gotten their fabric smells like fall.
Yeah.
It smells like maple syrup.
And it smells like coffee. I think it's like coffee dyed, or I don't know. It smells wonderful.
So,
but yes. Oh, and for this pattern, she released the big Dark Spell fabric. I think it's Dark Spell.
yes. So don't buy the smaller one.
Yes. If you want to do this, make sure you buy the right sized one. And then I think I had another shakeup the next week, because I think it was when we went to Heart's Desire, and I found Ghastly Greetings from Satsuma Street.
Yeah, because you were going to originally do one of the ornaments, right?
Yes, actually, it's in here. This is the one I was originally going to do.
Right.
And I saw this and fell in love and wanted to stitch it like immediately.
I love that.
Which Keisha encouraged me to do, which, I'm just kind of glad for.
I want to buy that one. I was looking at it the other day and I was like, I might need this one.
It's so cute. And then this is one that I had a hard time starting on. I actually think I maybe continued this one for 2 weeks because I kept trying to start it on linen. Excuse me. And I was having a really, really hard time. And I had already purchased a size of even weave, or the perfect size even weave for it from our LNS. And so I am giving even weave a try for this.
Except that she started it and found out that they actually cut it wider than what she really needed. So she had to pull it out again.
So now it's centered. But I need to pull out the K over here because I went the wrong direction when I counted down, and I should have gone to the left, and instead I went right. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, it's too close to the last E there. But other than that, everything else is fine. And fingers crossed, no more frogging on this one.
Maybe we'll frog that out for you today.
Yeah, maybe. Because I don't want it to be one of those things that just sits in my stash that I'm, irritated with. Because I really like this one.
Yes. It's cute, cute, cute.
So that's it for my 2.
This would be my next one.
Yep, that's what I'm about to show. So the next thing I worked on, and that I'll be working on this month because I'd kind of like to finish it, is Evil Queen from Bendy Stitchy Designs.
So good.
It's so good. And this is on a piece of 32 Jobelin from Color and Cotton in the color Moonstone. And this is where I am.
I love that.
So during the month of October, I got 442 stitches in on this. I did all of the red, the darkest green, and the black, and then the white. And then this week I kind of did some here on the pendant.
And mine is on a 32 count solo from Silk Weaver. And I got to pull him tight. I guess she's a queen. I've started the dark gold on the crown. I filled in all of the reds and the darker greens and the white. And I have done the dark gold on the crown, which I think is hard to see right now.
Yeah, you can see there's some dark gold.
It's just kind of the outline. Did that help at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go up a little bit.
Up. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
So it will show when I get the other gold in for sure. And it shows in person.
I think it's amazing every time I see yours and mine together, just how different they look because of our fabric choices.
Yes. And I love it because yours always surprises me.
In a good mine looks a lot brighter than yours does because of the fabric that was chosen.
Yes. Okay, so then my other one, Katie and I both started Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. And mine is on 30 count cocoa from Weeks Dye Works. And I started at the bottom and I didn't have all the colors when I started. So I only did the part of the border. I started right in the center. That's this. And I worked this way. And I am to the edge. So it is halfway that way.
And I think we can show the bottom border is broken up into two pieces on the back of the pattern. So it's kind of a weird.
And I thought I would really like to get that done first and not have to fuss with it. And then the rest of my pattern can be set in the middle.
So mine is, mine is on Peddler's Blend from Dames of the Needle from the Cauldron. And it's another small start because this is one of those hour bits that I got to do. But I also started on the border there and I started in the top left. So
awesome. Those are going to be
fabric.
Those are going to be so interesting to see next to each other because your fabric is so different.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you have next?
Oh wait, no.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kate.
I got one more.
I'm sorry.
What's up? No.
I'm sorry.
And then I ran into a lot of problems with my charts toward the end.
Yes.
And so then I think what I did next was Halloween Bright by Silver Creek Samplers. So this is the pattern. And Mom, can you hold this? Can you hold this for me? So what color is that lettering?
I mean, we had this discussion and we all agreed that it looks green.
Yeah. No, I couldn't start where I normally want to start because it is actually I think it's Gentle Arts Onyx. It's black. And I'm like, well, that's not going to show up on my dark purple fabric.
It's either coal or soot.
Oh, soot. It's soot. So yeah. So I had to start in the other corner. Yeah, there.
Where the moon is.
Yes. And again, this is one of those troubled hour starts where I was a little frustrated by the fact that I couldn't start where I wanted to.
Well, and look at this because, no, put your piece back up there. Because I don't think that moon shows up that well.
No,
not
and it's
really.
going to be gorgeous on that purple.
Mm-hmm.
So Katie will be doing a little bit of color converting.
Just a little. I mean, and I actually think I already color converted one thing on here too. So yeah, this is just going to be a little bit of a Frankenstein piece. So now, Keisha, what did you have next?
Well, the next thing I worked on, and this was a new start, was Candy Corn Costume Party 2020 from the Frosted Pumpkin.
I love this.
I love this one so much. It was one of those, I saw it and I bought it immediately because look at all these costumes.
It's so Keisha.
So Keisha. And this was one, Kitty's like, are you starting top left? Because I'm a top left starter. And I was like, you're kidding yourself if you don't think I'm starting with that candy corn dressed as a T-Rex.
Look at that.
So this is on 32 count Fathom from Picture This Plus. And yeah, I finished the one that's dressed as a T-Rex and I'm working on the one dressed as a hot dog. And that's 306 stitches.
Awesome.
So I love this. This might be, I'm going to work on Halloween pieces on the 13th and the 31st. And so I may pull this one back out and finish the little hot dog guy because it's fun.
Okay, so now my last two. I have, I have three. I have At First Cock Crow, which is in the Sisters book from Blackbird Designs. And Katie and I have both decided we want to do that light colored sampler there too. Mm-hmm. But this one, when I started it last year, I only had like the black and I think a little bit of the orange, which ironically enough, I could not find this year. So I had to buy it again. So I started like right in the middle because that was where I could work. And I, this year I finished up this side border, went all the way across, did this little bit. I put in the tombstones, everything over here, basically. I only had this little bird and you know, a little bit right by him, the base of the tombstones. That was it.
Wow.
So I really like this one, and it stitches easily, which makes me like want to really savor it because I'm enjoying it so much.
Right.
I think that's the sign of a good sampler, don't you?
For sure.
So I don't want to rush. And then maybe I have both of them in here, and that's the thing. Then I got to this one, White Pumpkin Patch from By the Bay Needle Art. And I started it last year, and I only had like the bottom and one side of the border done, of the black border done. And so I really had fun with it. Oh, this is 32 count vintage sand dune linen from Lakeside Linens. So I finished both of the borders, and I got the fence, and I got a little bit of the bittersweet starting to come in. I need to backstitch that. But this was so fun. And you know, I don't know. If I have time this month, I may try and finish it up because I don't know that I really want to wait another whole year.
Right.
It does say Happy Halloween, but you know, so those are my two. And I'm going to have one more.
And I will too. So my next two, I think my next two are Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain from, is it Kathy? Yeah, Kathy Barrett.
Love this one.
Yes.
I didn't realize how big it was when I started it. Well, no, I didn't realize how big it was when I chose to start it. Luckily I had a half yard of fabric in my stash. That's not something that would normally be the case. It's going
Except
to take
that in 2020, yeah,
it's going to take most of this half yard of fabric.
Wow.
I think we looked it up, and it's like 400 some odd stitches one way, and
it's massive. So this is my start.
Nice.
And what is your fabric?
It is vanilla.
Oh, French vanilla.
Yeah, French vanilla latte or something like that from R&R, and it's 30 count. And I love R&R fabric. I just like the way it feels. I like how well I can see the holes while I'm stitching and how it holds up while I'm stitching. So I'm really happy considering the size of this piece. I'm really happy that I went with R&R fabric.
Well, definitely 30 count is the reason that it's that huge.
Yes.
But that's okay.
And then can I ask you to put this in there?
Yep.
Thank you. And then my second to last one, the penultimate one, was Jenny Bean's Halloween sampler from Shakespeare's Peddler.
Listen to Katie flashing around that vocabulary today.
I learned it from a series of unfortunate events. Thank you very much.
I've learned so much from that series.
And then my start on it, I really liked stitching on this.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what the fabric is actually. I think it's Relic from PTP. Not Relic. Heritage. Yeah. No, it's Vellum. It's Vellum.
Is it the Vellum?
Yeah.
From that? Okay.
Sorry, I'm not snapping at Mom. I'm snapping because I'm like, I remembered it. And this was actually started in Raven from Gentle Arts, and it goes blue and black and blue and black, and it's really pretty and kind of fun to stitch with because of that.
Fun.
So that's the border starting.
So
Awesome.
those are your two.
Yep.
Yeah. You have another one, Keisha?
Well, here's my exciting thing. I have one more finished. So I worked on Booby's Apiary from Ardith Designs, and this was just a joy. This is the only thing I've stitched by Ardith Designs, but I'm gonna have to go check out the rest of her things because my goodness, did I love this. This is a 28 count applesauce Lugana from Color and Cotton, and here it is.
So cute.
I love it. It's so good. So when we started the month, I didn't have the heads on these bees or these flowers or the back stitching done. So that's everything that I added.
So cute. Mine is way behind you.
Up close here. There are a ton of French knots. Don't look too closely at the French knots.
Oh, French knots. Fun.
Well, it's called for colonial knots, but I don't really know how to do those. But I can do French knots, but it takes me like a couple of French knots before they look nice. But I'm like, you know what? They're ghost wings on a bee. They're gonna be wonky. It's fun.
Okay. So that's how far mine is. Not far enough.
It's so fun. I had such a great time with this one, and I'm sad that it's over. But yeah, it was really fun. So that's 2,215 stitches, not including the back stitching, which was extensive. I finished all of the full stitches on Halloween, but I still had a little bit of the back stitching left to go because the back stitching in these wings just like kind of took a long time.
So that is like a third of your stitches for the month, right?
Mm-hmm. A funny story. So this was the last thing I backstitched. The last thing I backstitched was this wing here, actually. So I'm working away. James is taking a nap. He wakes up when I get right here, right before I get to these like 15, 20 stitches in these wings. He woke up. And he didn't go back and take another nap for a few hours. And so I'm just sitting there. The pattern or the project is laying next to me on the couch. And I'm like, I could finish this, but you need attention. But then he went back to sleep and I finished it. So
awesome. So fun. My last one that I stitched on Halloween during our witching hour stitch together was Misfortune by Prairie Schooler. And when I started, I had one little urn and the leaves right above it. And I think whatever of the border is done, the straight stitch border, which maybe I even still haven't crossed all of them yet. But this is how far I am now.
Wow.
So I finished one planter and all of the dark stitches. I still have the orange flowers and things to put in. And that is about half of a bat up there at the top.
Nice.
So
she's gonna be so cute.
She will be. I love her.
Okay, and I was just digging my stuff out, and you know that I stitched this on Halloween because I found chocolate bars inside of my project. I will be enjoying those later. So my next piece that I stitched during our witching hour stitch together was Remember Me from Birds of a Feather. This is one that I was looking forward to stitching all month long, and I kept waiting for the right time to stitch it. I needed my eyes to not be tired because it's on 40 count opalescent peach orchard from Silk Weaver,
which is a nice bright color.
Yeah, it's softish, but yeah, it's nice color, but it's 40 count. And then it's also just a pattern that I've loved for years, like more than 10 years. I have loved this pattern, wanted this pattern, and so it was one I was really looking forward to starting. So I got almost all of this lettering done during that night. The only thing I didn't get done was the word me, which when we tried to do this the first time, I was sitting here and I was stitching while Mom and Keisha were talking, and I was like, I just want to get the word me done. So all of the lettering in the corner of my pattern is done.
Nice.
All of that is done.
Awesome.
So.
And I did find one other thing that I had for plans, and it got shoved in with my Halloween stuff. So this one that I had worked on in September.
Yes.
When I started in September, I had the lettering in and I had parts of some of the other pumpkins, but I am done except for the border. And it's a hefty border, but this is another November plan because this has been sitting probably since it came out, and I'll just double check for you. It came out in 2001.
Wow.
And it had gotten separated from all of its flosses. And are you eating candy?
I'm gonna have a piece of candy.
And I have found all of the flosses, and I bought all of the flosses again, and now it's all in my frog bag.
Awesome.
So I think that goes in a different project, maybe. No, it's this. It's the border. See, we've had so many things.
The floss you need.
I know. We've had so many things in and out that it's like, because I now have this, but I know which bag it goes in.
Right.
So, okay. I think that's it. And I'm off camera talking. Katie's not talking anymore because she's chewing.
Chocolate.
So now, if you stuck with us through our Halloween wrap up, thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed that. We had such a fun time with this.
Yes,
I'm really glad that we did this, because with Advent going, I needed these small mental breaks to like force me to just take a minute for myself. So
yeah, and I could call down the hall and say, have you stitched yet this week?
No, and my eyes are too tired.
Yeah, it was good for me because I haven't really, like, this is the first time that I've actually like sat down and really tried to stitch since James was born. And so it's been really nice just to have some motivation to get going, and hopefully I can just like keep that rolling on.
So okay, I think that's it. Bye.
Okay, thanks for letting me crash, guys.
Have a good week.